My life has never been normal. But today was strange even for me. There's only one conclusion I can come up with. The thing that's growing inside of me, the unnatural power which exists in me, awful and festering, it's getting stronger. And trust me, that's really bad news for everybody. I was driving home from Damon's house. That's my best friend. My only friend, really, since everyone else avoids me like the plague. Anyways, I was driving home from his place where we'd been playing video games. It was late at night, around 1 a.m., and I was taking the back roads to get home since they were more isolated. They took me through the country down a scenic series of turns that led past farmers' fields in a small rural community. And suddenly, out of nowhere, I heard a loud bang from the driver's side of my car. Odd, I thought, but I kept driving. Then there was another, and another. Getting worried that maybe something was wrong with the vehicle, I pulled over, got out, and looked at the side of the car where I'd heard the noise. Blood and feathers, fur and guts adorned the door. Several animals had apparently run or flown into the side of my passing car. This got me thinking about my very specific, very unique situation again, and the thing inside of me that I never fully understand, that had plagued me since birth. Is it getting stronger? It's a curse, I think. That's the only thing that makes sense. My mother died in childbirth. My father had a massive stroke at the age of 35, a week after I was born. Every pet I've ever owned has died, seemingly of natural causes, within about the same length of time. 1 week is all I get with most people, most animals, most anyone. That's why I live outside of town, why my neighbors are all far away, and yet still their houses remain empty and abandoned, forsaken out of fear. Everyone in town knows I'm radioactive. Not literally, but that's the closest comparison I can make. I'm not sure what the fallout zone is, but it gets worse the closer you are. That's why my neighbors left after starting to get sick. It's their only chance at survival. My friend Damon is the exception. Don't ask me why. I'm happy he is, though, because it's nice to have at least one person in the world I can spend time with. Have you ever known someone so lucky that people joke they have horseshoes up their ass? Well, that's Damon. If he ever played the lottery, he'd probably win the jackpot on his first attempt. He told me he went to a Major League Baseball game once and entered a 50-50 draw, winning over 40 grand with a $2 ticket. And that wasn't an isolated incident. Stuff like that happens to him all the time. Raffles, bake sales, frickin' sweepstakes. The guy wins everything he enters. At least it seems that way to me. He told me once he's always been lucky, that his whole family is. It's like genetic or something. Whatever he has, though, I have the affliction that exists on the opposite end of the luckiness spectrum. Where he is blessed, I am cursed. Where he succeeds, I fail at every turn. Got back in my car and started driving again, thinking about Damien. How when we first met, I told him to get away from me, that if he wanted to live, he should stay far away from me. Damon had looked at me and laughed. When I explained my situation, he told me that was ridiculous, just a lie I had convinced myself was true. It took a while for me to open up to him, to actually let him be my friend. But the guy was persistent, and Not only that, he just didn't die. Everybody else I had spent time with had met an unfortunate demise. Around town, people call me the Grim Reaper, Undertaker, Cursed One. Everyone knows to stay away. Everyone told Damon to stay away. And he didn't listen. I'm driving down the dark country laneway towards my house when I heard another loud bang from the side of the car. I see a vague dark shape over there as well, and this time the whole vehicle sways with the impact of something large slamming into it. My heart beating fast, I pull over again. I don't know what I was expecting to see, but it wasn't this. Getting out and looking back down the road, I see the shape of a large stag in the road, breathing its last breath, laying on its side with blood pouring from its head. I am cursed. And it's getting stronger. Whatever it is, it's getting more powerful. Terrified, I jump when I hear the sound of the phone ring in my pocket. I pull it out and look at the caller ID and see it's Damon calling. Swipe up on the screen with my shaking thumb and put the phone to my ear, slumping my body back against the car. My legs give out and I feel myself slide down towards the gravel as I hear the familiar voice in my ear. But not how he sounded when I left him 10 minutes prior. Now Damon sounds hurt. His words come out in a bubbling gurgle, and I know without asking that he's not okay. It's me, he says, taking a wheezing, crackling intake of air before continuing. Damon, I try to say something meaningful, try to apologize, but nothing comes out. Listen, I don't have much time. Just wanted to tell you. He breaks off, and I can tell he's struggling to speak through the pain of whatever has happened to him. It's not your fault. It's him. It's here right now. Who? He says he wants to tell you. It's only gonna get worse. Damon, who is there with you? Who is doing this? But the sound of breathing wet and bloody is gone now. Slumped sitting against my car in the darkness, I begin to sob into my hands. It's my only friend. I thought he was immune somehow. His gift would cancel out my curse, but it was not so. That's because it's getting stronger, said the thing in the road. I look up and see it there, just a darker, vaguely human shape, like a black hole standing in front of me. The silhouette of a hooded, robed figure peers down at me, the blade of a sickle held in his hand, the only thing which reflects the gleam of glimmering light. The rest of him could be my imagination, if only I could convince myself that were true. Just a dark mirage in the night. Why me? I ask, sobbing and broken. But there is no answer. Only the sound of crickets chirping in the grass all around. And soon, very soon, those are gone too.